The origins of Kaiju number 8 have finally been revealed, and nobody has expected the plot twist, what it brought with itself. This reveal about Kaiju number 8 doesn't just explain a long ongoing question of where did Kaiju 8 came from, but it also did a 180 on our understanding of Kaijus and their origins, bringing a twist to the story what nobody seen coming. After the appearance of the unknown Kaiju from inside the body of number 9, Kafka got nearly sent to the afterlife. His will barely being capable to hold onto his knife, met the mysterious samurai spirit. The spirit brought Kafka back into the past, into a time period where humans didn't have the technology to properly fight Kaijus, yet they still had to so they could survive. Instead of relying on advanced Kaiju weapons, the warriors had to rely on dangerous Kaiju parasites, fusing themselves to their weapons and overwhelm the Kaijus by their sheer numbers. Because of this, many of them have perished carrying out their duties. Even a weaker Kaiju would result in the death of many, yet they had to keep fighting. The warriors had to keep slaying the Kaijus so they could protect their homes and everyone they cared about. However, one day everything changed. The unknown Kaiju has appeared with power beyond what the warriors were capable to handle. It killed the entire platoon with them having no way of fighting back or stopping it. The unknown Kaiju destroyed their homes and killed their families. The unknown Kaiju has stolen everything from them. This hatred and feeling of powerlessness resulted in the souls and will of the warriors to gather together and form one single entity, giving birth to Kaiju number 8. A Kaiju fueled by hatred towards Kaijus. A Kaiju whose entire purpose is to kill and destroy other Kaijus. A Kaiju made up by the hatred and souls of all the warriors who lost their lives against the unknown. The origins of 8 actually explain a lot of things. It explains why Kafka has such great control over 8, as 8's entire purpose isn't to take over someone and cause destruction, but rather to give someone the power to take out Kaijus. This is probably why 8 seek out Kafka to begin with, as he is someone who wants to take Kaijus out to protect people. It also explains why 8 goes berserk when facing a strong Kaiju, as 8 is made out of hatred and anger, and when a strong Kaiju appears, his hatred grows, as the warriors who make 8 out are desperate to seek revenge for what happened to them. The origins of Kaiju 8 also puts an entire new perspective for the origins of Kaijus altogether. Kaiju 8's origin rely far more on mysticism than on biology, flipping over our entire understanding of Kaijus. This could mean that Kaijus aren't a species of animals who evolved on our planet, or some alien life form, nor some mutation resulted in experiments and chemical reactions, but rather conceptual and spiritual beings manifested in flesh through various different ways and reasons, each being fueled by different motivation, feeling, soul, or reason. Kaiju number 8's story so far has been heavily relying on science to explain, classify, study, and use Kaijus. And this spiritual twist on the story, linking Kaijus to mysticism, brings a pretty unexpected twist and direction to the story. Many of us have previously thought that Kaijus came from underground, where they have evolved and lived in their own separate world, like in Monsterverse for example, and they came up to the surface because they found a way up. However, this new twist actually proves the exact opposite. Kaijus originate from the surface, as they are the amalgamations of emotions and souls of the dead, manifested into flesh. This implies that the reason they come up isn't because they simply found a way up, but rather to take revenge on the surface for the mistreatment they received or to fulfill their desires they couldn't while they were still alive, giving a really good reason on why Kaijus are causing destruction. Large life forms like Kaijus have absolutely no reason to hunt humans, as humans aren't a good source of food for something that big. So the reason they kill humans and cause destruction and not hunt each other is simply to take revenge. And each Kaiju probably has a different reason and feeling fueling its rampage, like seeking knowledge, a good battle, revenge, and so on. This also explains why the number of strong kaijus have increased in recent times, as the overall human population has also drastically increased in the past 100 years. Of course, I don't think every kaiju is made up by human souls and feelings, but instead every living thing contributes to their existence. However, I do think humans might impact how strong and how dangerous kaijus become, as we are the most intelligent species on the planet, and our intelligence comes with more and stronger regrets than what other life forms possess, causing more aggressive kaijus to manifest in flesh faster, thanks to our souls, regrets, and emotions. Kaiju number 8 taking a spiritual route was definitely a plot twist what nobody was expecting. Yet this plot twist ended up putting the story into a new perspective where things started to make far more sense. This also explains why some kaijus who got made into weapons still have their presence, as if they are spiritual, the weapons will continue to contain their remaining souls, what on its own explains a bunch of things. Though I believe this twist is actually pretty interesting, as blending mysticism and technology is always an interesting story element, but allows more freedom of movement in storytelling. Kaiju number 8's origin and backstory is a great addition to the story, bringing a refreshing plot twist and direction. And the kaijus being spiritual and conceptual beings manifested into flesh will definitely spice things up. Makes me wonder which kaiju was born from what. And honestly, I am really excited to see where does the story take us from here. This was Space G, and see you guys in space.